Yeah. So let's react to this video. But this goes on the topic, right? This goes on with the stream's topic. So let's check this out.
This is just like anecdotally with friends and their dating situation. This is a very nice comment. And I think one of the reasons why I'm single, if I were to be honest with myself, is that I was blocking a lot of my blessings. I always thought I was going to marry a black man. I've only seriously dated black men. And for the past few months or so, I've only been on dates with black men. And the more that I go on dates with black men, the more that I realize majority of black men, at least single black men who live in New York, do not want black women. This is just like anecdotally with friends and their dating situations, with my own situations. When I'm just walking around, I'm seeing so many black men who are not with black women. And so for a while, I had this vision of my life and who I was going to marry, and I was going to marry a black man. I was going to have that sort of black love. I was going to have these dark chocolate Hershey Kiss babies. Like, that is what I always saw for my life. But the past few months, I realized that I don't know if that's going to happen. And so it took me some time, but now I think I'm more open, more than now, than dating outside of my race. I don't know why I was pushing so hard to be with this group of people who like really doesn't want us. A few months back, I was on a date. I did not make a video about it, but this guy basically said that his type is Sydney Sweeney. This is a black man. And I was just sitting across from him, like, what am I going to do with that information? Obviously, I don't look like her. She's beautiful, she's great, but if that's your preference, why are you on a date with me? So now that I'm more at peace with that idea, that vision of mine not coming to fruition, I'm hoping that by making peace with that and letting go of it, I'm letting in room for something else and something incredible. So, and whoever that might be. So this summer, I'm going to focus on dating outside of my race. And if someone comes along who happens to be a black man and it works out, that's great. But it is no longer the main focus when it comes to dating. This is a very
Let me say some stuff first. Here, she has a video. I probably won't show it. Another one, right, where she talks about her friends are settling for the partner. Now, here's my warning, right? My warning to, let's say, my white brothers, my Asian brothers, my brothers of other skin tones besides black. This is a woman that is a red flag already. Because in her mind, if she, and this is the thing, I'm all for black love. I'm a big supporter of it. Because I think all men are good. Or I'm not saying all men are good. I think the majority of men are good. And I think a lot of black men are good. So I'm all I'm all for black love. But here's a woman that says, I've only wanted black men. I've only wanted, black children. But you know what? I'm gonna change my mind. Here's a woman essentially saying she will settle for you now. Because she couldn't get the black man that she wanted, the perfect black man that she wanted. So I'm gonna settle for my white, my Asian, my whatever brothers. Here's a woman that will pretty much shit on you. That's great. That's amazing, right? That's what you want. A woman that, you know what? You are not really what she wanted. And here's the thing where this is the problem. This is the mindset. Because I've dated, for me, a lot of you guys might not know, I've dated predominantly black women. But that's not my preference. I'm not saying I will date. My preference is just a woman that loves me. A woman that wants to be with me. That's my preference, right? That's my major preference. Not about skin tone. But excuse me. It's weird. It just so happens that I've gone along more with black women. Surprise, surprise, right? I've gone along with more black women. They found me. I mean, I've gotten them to find me more attractive, than other types of women. So, it is what it is. I'm not saying anything. A lot of people think that no woman wants me, um, but yeah, the black women I've dated, they they don't hold. They're not. They don't hold that mindset. Oh, I wanted a black man. No, I just wanted to date someone that wants to be with me. I'm attracted to any race. That's a mindset. It's not that okay. I can't get a black man, so now I'm going to change my preferences. then they're essentially going to have that mindset where they're settling for you. And I think that's a toxic mindset to have. To go into a relationship where, you know what, off the bat, you know that she's settling for you. You're not what she wanted. You already know she's not what you wanted. I think that's toxicity. Grace, thank you. Thank you. You're amazing. Thank you for the support. But yeah. But like I said, it's the mindset. Her mindset already is that I'm settling for you if you're not a black man. So that already there is a red flag for my brothers of other skin tone. So let's dissect this for the for the brothers. Let's dissect this.
Very nice comment. And I think one of the reasons why I'm single, if I were to be honest with myself, is that I was blocking a lot of my blessings. I always thought I was going to marry a black man. I've only seriously dated black men, and for the past few months or so, I've only been on dates with black men. And the more that I go on dates with black men, the more that I realize majority of black men, at least single black men who live in New York, do not want black women.
This is the problem. Yo, Skull, what's up, bro? You go on dates with black men. You don't go on dates with the majority of black men. New York alone, there are millions. I believe so. I believe so. At least hundreds of thousands of black men. Hundreds of thousands, if not millions. I could look up the statistics, but whatever. There are hundreds of thousands of black men. The men you date don't equal 100,000. So that is already wrong. This is what women always do: correlate their own small little pool of men they choose as all men or majority of men. No. The men that you chose don't equate to the majority of men. So right there is idiotic.
This is just like anecdotally with friends and their dating situations, with my own situations. When I'm just walking around, I'm seeing so many black men who are not with black women. And so for a while, I had this vision of my life and how.
And this is the thing. The problem with a lot of women is that they find most men invisible. Most men to most women are invisible. What? I don't know. I mean, she doesn't like she's not a typical black woman. But regardless, now I forgot what I'm saying. Let's continue.
Who I was going to marry, and I was going to marry a black man. I was going to have that sort of black love. I was going to have these dark chocolate Hershey Kiss babies.
Yes, this is the thing. This is the problem with women's mindset. There are plenty of good black men out there. What they don't say is that are there men that they're attracted to. Here's the thing. If you see my other videos, I have a friend on that. He's black, but he's not your typical black man in the sense that, you know, his looks is very average to maybe some women find it below average. Height, he's shorter than me, right? A black guy shorter than an Asian guy. So, yeah, he's like he's not your typical, or not typical, but he's not the desirable black man, right? Black man that these women would, you know, date, okay, or would find desirable or attractive. But he's a good man. He's upstanding, morally sound. He works hard. He's a good man. That's the thing. Women like this will date a small subset of men and think it's all men, or think it's a majority of men. No. Because men like that, men like I just said, right, my friend, or other friends that I know, are single. And this is anecdotal, but I also think that I've seen statistics where a lot of men are single, but they're not desirable. They're not what women would say yes to or want to be with or find attractive, because Most women find most men unattractive. That's just it. So here's the thing with this woman. She dates a small amount of men. Same with her friends. Who cares if she has 100 friends, right? And they date, dozens of other people. I mean, it don't mean the same thing because again, women will always have a small pool of selection because they created themselves, right? This man has to be 6 foot, 6 figures, good looking or, decent looking.
Babies, like that is what I always saw for my life. But the past few months, I realized that I don't know if that's going to happen. And so it took me some time, but now I think I'm more open, more than now, than dating outside of my race. I don't know why I was.
And that's the thing. Great. I guess fine. She wants to date outside of race. The problem is the mindset. So the type of men, let's say I've done this example before. If she says she's only attracted to black men that are 6 foot over, right? Great. When she opens her options to date other races, she will probably say, I need 6 foot men still. So, yes, it may increase your options a bit, but it doesn't do it by a whole lot. That's the problem. Like, let's say she only dates black men that make 6 figures. Great. Now she opens her options to other races. Now she dates all men that make 6 figures. Great. But that doesn't mean that you increase your pool, your dating pool, by much. That's the problem. This is a problem with women's mindset. Where, let's say this, you can still date black men. You can still date black men. It's that your mindset is what makes your pool so small. Like, oh my God, I need these black men to make 6 figures, 6 foot, have a certain look, have a certain build, stuff like that. How about this? I'll date a black man that's okay attractive or okay looking, not like ugly. But you know what? I just want him to be morally sound, a man that has principles, a man that wants commitment, a man that's respectful, a man that's loving. Those kind of attributes would open her pool to a lot of men, to a lot of black men. But what is the thing, right? Here's a woman that's going to be stuck in her ways to think that, you know what? I can't do it, right? I can't go for these other men that I'm not attracted to, which is fine. You date who you want. But that is the problem where a lot of people's attraction is on a lot of superficial things instead of like what's inside. Now, I'm not saying that you, like I said, I'm not saying to date someone who's like a 4, a 3, a 2. No. But let's say someone's average. I've dated a spectrum of women. I dated women that's to the bigger side, to the skinny side, tall, short, whatever. It's not the biggest deal because at the end of the day, even an ugly woman could treat you bad. It don't mean ugly woman could treat you bad. A beautiful woman could treat you bad. Hopefully, it's her personality that if it's actually truthfully good personality, like she's loving, she's caring, she's respectful, she loves you, she desires you. Hopefully, she will treat you better. But this is the problem with her mindset. Even if she opens her dating pool to other races, she still be very small because, again, these women don't understand. They bring their standards to other races as well. So really opening the race card to it doesn't add a whole lot more. Because again, let's say the 6 foot thing. Well, men alone is about 15% of the population. Right? I'm not saying just black men. I'm saying practically all men, right, in the U.S. About 15% are 6 foot and above. So let's say black men, 10% are 6 foot and above. Well, now you open it to all races of men. Wait, great, 15% of men. The 10 to 15 is not that much of a difference.
Pushing so hard to be with this group of people who really doesn't want us. A few months back, I was on a date. I did not make a video about it, but this guy basically said that his type is Sydney Sweeney. This is a black man. And I was just sitting across from him like, what am I going to do with that information? Obviously,
What you can do with this information, right? And I think it's weird that he talks about. I want to say my type is a celebrity. You don't know this people, so your type is just pure looks. That type of this is the thing, right? That's why I said it shows you what type of men she's attracted to. That's the thing. It shows you what type of men she's attracted to. Like I said, most likely these are decent looking men. But these are men that's not, she doesn't focus. Like, this is the problem with a lot of modern women. They have forgotten to focus on personality, on what's inside instead of what's outside. And I think that's the problem. Even, you know what, let's say even for men, I would say the same thing. Because this is a problem even with men. If you focus too much on beauty, you are sacrificing personality. You are sacrificing the person. I honestly think it's not a big deal with men, right? Because a lot of men will sacrifice beauty for a woman that's more feminine, right? More feminine, more submissive, more agreeable, more loving. That's in my opinion, right? Men will sacrifice that. Will bring the notch down for beauty if the notch for like personality is higher. That's my opinion. But women, it's looks and money always, right? I mean, personality, great. After she deals with after she deals with the looks and money, she's dealing with that type of person. Then she's like, oh, I wish he had a personality. Like, because the women want the whole package. That's the thing.
I don't look like her. She's beautiful, she's great, but if that's your preference, why are you on a date with me? So now that I'm more at peace with that idea, that vision of mine not coming to fruition, I'm hoping that by making peace with that and letting go of.
I think why he's gonna date with her is that maybe he wants to get some. But this is the type of thing, right? Women can't understand. The type of person you are, most likely, that's what you attract. Those type of men. Those type of men that don't see there's a whole lot of value in you. Because this is a woman that I honestly believe she has a very toxic mentality. Mindset. Toxic mindset, right? That's the thing.
That I'm letting in room for something else and something incredible. So, whoever that might be. So this summer, I'm going to focus on dating outside of my race. And if someone comes along who happens to be a Black man and it works out, that's great. But it is no longer the main focus when it comes to dating.
And I just think that mindset is poison. Because again, if let's say this, if I knew that mindset beforehand, if I knew that this is a woman though, I've always wanted a black man, a black family, I would leave right away. Right? I would not entertain her because in my mind now that this woman is now settling for me, is that what I deserve? Is that what I now get? A woman that will settle for me? No. I ain't dealing with that BS. So that's my warning to men of other skin tone, right? But again, to my black brothers, this is right here. Disgusting, right? Because here's a woman that pretty much the few men that she dates, she blanket statement practically all black men. And I think that's disgusting. I think that's disgusting because women like this would not even entertain, right? The other men that, let's say, the geeks, the nerds, the chubby black men, right? But black men that are good, faithful, respectful, loving, caring, men, maybe even emotionally intelligent, right? Men that has like other, non-superficial personality traits, but they're not physically desirable, right? They're 5'8", maybe they make 60, 50K, 70K, right? So maybe they're into Dungeons and Dragons. Maybe they work as an engineer, So, yeah. But here's another video that she talks a little bit more about.
Actually, if I'm being petty, I think it's because some of my friends have definitely settled in their relationships.
That's the part where she said settle. That's not the one I wanted. Yeah, this is the one. Yeah, that's the one she said about settling. I didn't. I skipped that one because that's the only part I cared about. Because again, here's a woman that will talk about settling, and yet she essentially is going to settle for a man that's outside her race. Yeah. Yo, McCoy, what's up?
Selfies, like 3 or 4 selfies on his profile, that's a no for me. If a man is wearing a
All right, no, I'm sorry. So she's talking about her standards, or a little bit about them.
Am I too picky on dating apps? Because if a man has multiple selfies, like 3 or 4 selfies on his profile, that's a no for me. If a man is wearing a hat in every single picture, that is now a no for me. If a man has a bunch of pictures of like his car, that's a no for me. If a man has a bunch of pictures with women, it's not an immediate no for me, but it's like a little bit of a red flag, but it is an immediate no. If a man has multiple pics with different women and they're all in bikinis, like that's a no for me. If a man only has group pictures and I can't see his face, that's a no for me. Like if I have to scroll through and at the last picture I realize, oh, it's this one out of the lineup, like that's a no for me. If a man is holding a fish of any kind, that's a no for me.
Yo, skinny pimp. Okay, I'm sorry for interrupting video, but on the live, skinny pimp. Yo, what's up, bro? He asked, bro, have you been with a woman before? Here's the thing. Does that make the things I say less valuable? Let's say if I was the Chad, the Tyrone, the player, the bad boy. If I had hundreds, thousands of women, a thousand women body count, would that make the things I say you? Would that make you support me even more? Right? Would that make you like me more? If I've been with hundreds of women, would that make you agree with everything I say? Would that? This is. Again, I'm not trying to target you. I've seen that comment in my other videos. So, if a man has been with a lot of women, that makes what he says more factual than what I said, or his opinions is more. You would agree with his opinions more, right? Agree with his views more because he's been with a lot of women. With the players, so the players, you agree with more of the players. Well, I'm not here to say that I'm a Chad. I'm not here to say that I'm a player. I'm not. I've never said that I'm good with women. All I'm saying is that, you know what? I'm an average man, just talking to other average men, plain and simple. Now, in my opinion, I think average men, the majority of men are average, and I think average men are awkward. They're not. They're not players. They're not the most amazing thing. Most amazing with women. I don't think so. That's not. That's my opinion. But again, have I seen 300? As Yeah, it was a good movie, but uh, that I don't. I mean, that's the thing. Cool, whatever. I mean, I've never said I'm amazing. I never say I'm the player. I never said. I've never said I'm an alpha male. I never said I'm not. All I say is I'm an average man. That's it. I don't claim to be, you know, anything else. So you can view me as whatever you want. Uh, Average man. I've been through it, right? I have two baby moms. As crazy as it is, and I've dated other women as well. But I mean, again, the my life experiences has helped shape my way of thinking. But it doesn't mean that it makes what I say worse or better. Whether you agree with me or not, we're all adults, so we can agree or not. If you think I'm a whatever below average man, cool. I mean, I'm not gonna cry about it, right? I don't. Uh, so skinny pimp, whatever you want, bro. You are perfectly entitled to your opinions.
If a man is holding a baby and doesn't specify whose baby it is, right, that's kind of a no for me. And if it doesn't say in their profile, like whether or not they have kids. If a man is also in his mid 30s and still doesn't know what he's looking for, that's an immediate no for me. If he has like one word answers in his profile and it's so basic, then that's also a no for me. I'm trying hard to like be positive about these dating apps, and there's two people that I've been talking to that I'm kind of excited about, but for the most part, I am just scrolling through and I'm like, I'm getting nothing. These apps are giving me nothing. Am I too picky on?
No, yo, bro, I'm not like I'm relaxed. I'm not really being I'm not being emotional or anything, bro. So I mean, again, I'm not a virgin, so really it's like, and this is the thing, right? I'm speaking on women's delusion. Do I need to be delusional to understand women's delusion? I mean, I'm speaking on hypocrisy. Do I need to understand, you know, do I need to be, a hypocrite to understand that? No. What I'm speaking on is logic. In my opinion, I'm speaking on logic. So, women that let's say this, women that say, I need a man that makes 100K, but I have my own job, I pay my own bills. I don't need a man to pay my shit. But then I need a man to make 100K. What kind of experience do I have to understand that that's insanity? That's delusional. Please tell me. I don't know what experience I need to have to see that that is delusional. Okay? What experience do I need to have that here's a woman that she will disqualify you if you have too many hat picks? Please tell me. Do I need to be with 300 women to see the logic that, or see that that is delusional? I don't think so. But if you think that I do, bro, I am understandable. It is understandable. There are plenty of what's it? Fresh and Fit, right? Fresh and Fit. There are plenty of dating coaches that have pages. There are plenty of men that are selling dating, plenty of players that's online. Plenty. I'm not charismatic. I'm not a smooth talker. I'm not an amazing talker. I'm not funny. I'm definitely not amazing looking. I think I'm average, but other people think I'm below average, so it is what it is. So really, I'm not anything special. I've never said I was. But I do think that I'm an average man, and I do think that I support other average men. Plain and simple. But if you don't like me, all the power to you, right? All the power to you. I mean, I'm a nobody. I have just a few, like 2,000 subscribers. I'm a nobody, right? I don't think I'm gonna get big or anything. So anyway, but how can I not see the delusion here? How can I not see the delusion here, right? So, well, let's break this down.
Dating apps, because if a man has multiple selfies, like 3 or 4 selfies on his profile, that's a no for me. If a man
She will disqualify a man for having 3 or 4 selfies, pictures of himself. If he took pictures of himself, it is a disqualification. How is that? How is that a good indicator of a good potential partner? Oh my God, he has 4 selfies. He took pictures of himself. That's it. He's a trash man, or that's it. He's unattractive to me. How is that not delusional? How is that anything more than just superficial? Anything more than just your own whack logic? It doesn't mean that he won't cheat on you, or it doesn't mean that he will be faithful to you if he has 4 selfies.
is wearing a hat in every single picture, that is now a no for me. If a man has a bunch of pictures of like his car, that's a no for me. If a man has a bunch of pictures with women, it's not an immediate no for me, but it's like a little bit of a red flag, but it is an immediate no. If a man has multiple pics with different women and they're all in bikinis, like that's a no for me. If a man only has group pictures and I can't see his face, that's a no for me. Like if I have to scroll through and at the last picture I realize, oh, it's this one, out of the lineup. Like,
And this is the thing. This is the thing where, you know, the players, if you pay for the course, right? Where they can smooth talk. This is the thing. All these picture talk does not tell you if this man will be faithful to you. Does not tell you if this man will be a good partner. But this is what she talks about. This is her qualifications, right? At least surface level qualification. If she will entertain a man. How you pick pictures. How you take pictures. And this is why I said it's the mindset. Because these are the women that will make their own. This is why I say it don't matter what you do or what your friends do. Because you make your pool, your dating pool, the men that are options for you, small. Very, very small. Her probably dating pool is what, 50 maybe? That's it, maybe. So really, her friends are probably no different. So they'll probably shrink their dating pool as well because of their mindset. And that's the problem. Right? This is the problem and this is why you pass up good men. Oh, because he has 4 selfies. Don't matter if he's a good man, he's respectful, he's loving, he's caring, he's monogamous. It don't matter. He has 4 selfies. Gone.
that's a no for me. If a man is holding a fish of any kind, that's a no for me. If a man is holding a baby and doesn't specify whose baby it is, right, that's kind of a no for me. And if it doesn't say in their profile, like, whether or not they have kids. If a man is also in his mid-30s and still doesn't know what he's looking for, that's an immediate no for me. If he has, like, one-word answers in his profile and it's so basic, then that's also a no for me. I'm trying hard to, like, be positive about these dating apps, and
she is, I believe, 31. With her such rigidity, with how rigid her mindset is, how surface level it is, I honestly, I don't know. Is it impossible for her to find a man? No. But I really think that it will be an uphill battle. It's insane that there are she said she's entertaining 2 men. If this is her mindset, I don't find that I'm surprised that there's 2 men that will entertain her. But I don't know. I mean, I guess she's cute. She's not terrible looking, right? So yeah, I guess it's okay. But again, sorry for me to blab on with chatters, right? With people on the stream. But sorry guys. But what do you guys think?